Cool. So let us start.
Sure.
All right. So before we begin, let me just introduce myself. So my name is Ranjit. I am a strength and conditioning coach. I also teach self-defense, and also I founded this training program which focuses a lot on ancient principles of working out. Like you would have heard about these akhadas and kalari fights and all of these things, right? So we already have a very rich physical culture. We were always physically very active, and then we knew the exact science, as to what you need to do to get somewhere physically, emotionally, and even spiritually. But over the years, we just lost track of it, and now we are here where we don't know which one to believe or which one to follow, isn't it? Like, for example, every year you have a new fad. One year it is about ketogenic diet, the other year it is about paleo diet, the other year it is about high protein, low carb, low fat. After half a year it is high fat, high protein. So they just play around with permutation and combination, and then end of the day you just don't know what the hell to do to achieve your fitness goals. In that context, I just figured out that instead of looking at a system which keeps changing every fortnight, I thought of looking at a system which has never changed for thousands of years. And I started learning from the old masters, who are the last generation of coaches. Like the Pailwans, coloring masters, the karate masters, these martial artists, and they had figured it out. If you ask them what you need to do to lose weight, they will say it in one line. But if you Google lose weight in Google, you will get thousands of pages, right? So I am here to simplify fat burn and weight loss for you. You will be like, okay, fine, is that it? That was it. All right. So during my journey, I came across this book on Ayurveda called as Charaka Samhita. Okay. So everything about Ayurveda is scriptured in that. So I started searching for what does Ayurvedic book has to say about fat burn. It's curious, right? What does Ayurveda say? I searched each and every page one, and in the end, all right, in the appendix, they've given what you need to do to burn fat. It's just one line, okay? If you want a person to lose fat or lose weight, give him less food. If you want a person to gain weight, give him more food. End of story. Can you believe it? This thick,
Thank you,
this
person.
thick book, okay? And in the entire book, there's just one line for weight gain and weight loss. Just one line. I'll repeat that again. If you want a person to lose weight, give him less food. If you want a person to gain weight, give him more food. End of story. But our life has become so complicated that if you go to the supermarket, how much percentage of it is healthy food? I will tell you a simple example. If you go to More, there is one corner where you find grains and pulses, right? And outside More store, you will find one shop, affiliate of More store selling fruits and vegetables. Correct? Any supermarket you go, you'll find one ray which has your cereals and rice and dal and chana and everything. Okay, one rack, in the sense one aisle you can say, and outside an affiliate has fruits and vegetables. And what is the rest of it filled with? Exactly, all the foods which your grandmother will say don't eat. But I am going to teach you how to eat them. That is why you guys are here. How many of you are over here because I will teach you how to eat whatever food you like to eat, your biryanis and pizzas, and still burn fat? How many of you are here because I will teach you how to drink beer and still burn fat. I can teach you. But for that, you need to go through certain steps. If you're willing, I can teach you. Okay, cool. Before we get to those steps, today we will focus on little bit of theory. You need to understand certain concepts. Once these principles are clear, you will not see why do you need a okay. What did I say? How to do this without any plan, without any diet chart, right? So I will tell you the difference. Let's take a college setup. If you understand what the teacher is saying, you don't have to mug up stuff, isn't it? If you're a mugger, you just don't have to understand anything. You just need to mug and then you go and you deliver. That is one way of doing it, but it's not consistent. Or you can understand the science behind it, and then you can, as you go through your exam, you can solve the problems. That is what we are going to do. So today we will be covering three important topics which will focus on helping you get that fat burn. Okay. The first one I'm going to talk about is metabolism. Now, when I say metabolism, forget everything you've Googled in your life about metabolism and recollect what you learned about metabolism when you were in school. Forget whatever you know about metabolism right now, except what you learned in school. What did you learn in school? What is metabolism? It is just how your body burns energy. Sorry, it's just how the body uses the food we eat and convert that into energy. Isn't it? When your body converts food into energy, it is called as metabolism. That's all is metabolism. How many, where and all we went beating around the bush all these years, searching for metabolism, how to boost metabolism. Now that you know, converting food into energy is metabolism, now you tell me how to boost metabolism. You can put it in the chat box. Now you tell me, how will you boost metabolism? Anybody? Put it in the chat. How will you burn metabolism? Now that you know what is metabolism, how will you burn it? I mean, how will you increase it? Oh yes, working out is one thing. We can say activity. Because working out is not the only thing which boosts your metabolism, right? It might help boost the metabolism, but if you increase the activity in your day-to-day life, your metabolism will increase. Even if you eat the right food, Shibani, what happens is, if your activity is not up to par, where will that food go? See, the car should drive, right? If you put Shell petrol and keep the car in the parking lot, what is the use? Isn't it? So it's very important that we understand what is metabolism. So when you say, I want to increase my metabolism, meaning you need to do more activity throughout the day, which we are not doing because of COVID. Then what are the other options we have? We need to look at fuel. We should go to the Shell petrol pump less often, basically. Right? So once again, what I'm trying to say is this metabolism game has been played for too long. Metabolism is very simple. It's your body's ability to to convert food into energy. Cut down on calorie intake. That is the biggest problem, right? We are not able to do that. I will teach you how to do that exactly. So that is what is metabolism. And there are so many ways of increasing your metabolism. We will go through that. The first way of increasing metabolism is what? Activity. You need to be active, but I'm just telling you ideal principles. I'm sure which you guys will not follow because right now there's lockdown. How will you be active? The police will lathi charge you if you try to be active and go out. Right? So one is activity, the second one is workouts, and the third one is food. These are the three ways with which you can increase your metabolism. Then there is a fourth way. Who can tell me the fourth way? Someone? Who can tell me the fourth way of increasing your metabolism? You can put it in the chat box. Sleep, we are getting too much of sleep. Intake of antioxidants. Well, supplements, okay. What kind of supplements? Caffeine, okay. Very unhealthy way of doing it. Caffeine. See, caffeine, no. Green tea, okay. By regulating your hormones. If you can regulate and control and manage your hormones well, your metabolism will go up. Alright? We will get there. Hormones is the third topic which we'll be talking about. Taking more of vitamin C. Okay? Alright. So that is metabolism. Any questions? We'll get to the questions later. Whatever is the question, keep it in your mind. We'll get to that. The second one which you want to understand is fat. Forget what you've learned about fat all these years in the Google. Tell me, what did you learn about fat when you were in school? Type it in the chat box. What is fat? The textbook definition, your high school textbook definition. Anybody? A layer under the skin to keep us warm. Okay, you just described fat. Okay, that's a
That's
good
what
thing.
I've learned actually.
Yeah, that's what you heard. What have you studied? You studied about fat in school, right? Balanced diet in science, high school, 10th standard, 8th standard. Oily food. Excess food converted to fat. Okay. Okay. Fat is a fuel source. Yes, correct. What fuel source is it? Fat is stored energy. Period. Isn't this what you studied in school? Fat is stored energy, right? When do you use stored energy? When do you use stored energy? For physical activities. Wow, too much Google. Atindriya. when it is when not required, okay? When it is not required. I did not understand that, Kiran. When do you use stored energy, guys? Simple. It's there. It's logic. When do you use stored energy? When the body will not get sufficient energy from what? From your regular food. When your body does not have regular food in its system, or when your body does not have food in your stomach, or when your body does not have carbohydrate or the basic source of energy in your body, that is when the body will go for stored fat. You understood? Stored fat is used only when the body does not have the primary source of energy. What is the primary source of energy? Have you studied in school? My God, I feel like a school teacher, but we need it. What is the primary source of energy? Carbohydrate. What is the secondary source of energy? Fat. Right? Isn't this what we studied? But all these years, all these supplement companies and all of the other things, Google and blogs and everything has screwed this concept up that you guys completely forgot what is carbohydrate, what is fat. So when is fat used? When there's no carbohydrate. Now you tell me, how do you burn fat? Tell me, how do you avoid carbs? No. Reduce intake of carbs. Maybe not eating carbs. Why? By doing multiple things to make sure the carbohydrate is out of your system. When we exert ourselves physically. Okay. So when we do multiple things throughout the day with which we make sure that the carbohydrate in our body is continuously being flushed out and our body does not have carbohydrate, that is when the body will switch from carbohydrate to fat. This is the science. Now, looking at a present system where we are eating breakfast, and then one snack, and then one lunch, and then tea and biscuit, and then snack, and then dinner, you're always forcing our body to focus on what? Carbohydrate, right? So when are you giving your body time to use fat? Please tell me. Now supplement companies will come and say you need pre-workout, you need intra-workout, you need post-workout. Wow. So please tell me, when are you giving your body the chance to burn fat? Please tell me. Now midnight craving is happening. I suddenly crave chocolate in the night. Body is thinking, okay, fine, dinner has happened, carbohydrate is out of the system, let me look at fat. Suddenly chocolate will come in between. That too, which one? Dark chocolate. It's healthy, no? Google says it's healthy. Right, Atindriya? Isn't it? So, fat is stored energy. If you will not give your body opportunity, all right, to use that stored fat, it is going to keep getting accumulated, because that's how the body's mechanism is. Some people, whatever they eat, some percentage goes as body fat. For some people, a higher percentage go as body fat. So that is the genetics. Some people are naturally heavy, some people are naturally skinny, some people are naturally balanced. So that genetics comes into picture. So even that plays a huge role as to how much percentage of fat gets converted, how much percentage of food gets converted into fat or energy or your tissues, like your muscle, your connective tissues, and etc. etc. I'm just giving you a very, very simplistic approach, but this is fat. If you do not give your body time to burn, use that fat, that stored energy, it is going to keep getting accumulated. Understood? So you learned about metabolism, and even when you burn carbohydrate, it is called as metabolism. Even when you burn fat, it is called as metabolism. Anything which our body burns to generate energy is called as metabolism. All right, now the third most important thing which we are going to learn, which is going to help in fat burn, is hormones. How balanced is your hormonal system will determine how strong or how strong you physically and mentally and emotionally are, and also how much body fat your body stores. Your hormones are extremely important. Now let's see, how do you balance your hormones? How do you balance your hormones? Pills, sir. What pills are you talking about, Madhura? Pills? No. By eating right things. See, thyroid is one of the gland which manages your hormones. But what you need to do to make sure your thyroid is in good condition? Eating right, sleeping right, all right. And then be happy. Ah, the more you try to be happy, the more you'll become miserable. Eating right, sleeping right, and working out. These are three things which help somewhat in managing your hormones. Then there is one more thing which really, really, really balances your hormones. What is it? Come on, it's right there. Whatever you're thinking, that's the answer. Say it. Yoga. Taking in enough fluids. She's in a different zone today. Yoga and pranayam are the cheat code with which you can balance your hormones like that. Physical exercise helps in balancing hormone. Eating right helps in balancing hormone. Sleeping right helps in balancing hormone. doing yoga and pranayama balances your hormones. That is the difference. So, okay, by the way, in my training programs, we do a combination of everything. We start off a warm up, we do a physical exercise, and then we end up with uh, yogas, yogasanas, healthy lifestyle. Yes, all of these things comes under healthy lifestyles. What is the time right now? 6:25. All right. So the third thing which we spoke about is hormones. If you can balance and manage your hormonal system, and if you know, keep your body in a certain way where the body has opportunity to burn that fat, all right, then if you get these two things right, then the first one, metabolism, will be taken care of. When metabolism gets taken care of, you will reach a state in your body where if biryani comes in front of you, you can eat it because you know how to regulate these things. You will do that and then you won't gain weight. You understood? The problem is you go down the street, your t-shirt gets dirty or your clothes get dirty, you come home and then you don't do anything about it, and then you have to wear that same t-shirt the next day, and then it gets dirtier and dirtier and dirtier and dirtier because you don't know what to do to cleanse it. If you can clean it, you can wear it next day, right? That's the same thing with the body. When you just go on with eating these kind of foods, and if you do not do anything to regulate that food, then those foods start affecting your body. Okay, can you repeat how to manage hormones? Okay, how do you manage hormones is with yoga and pranayam, your hormones will get fixed like that, like that. The other factors, which is eating right, all right, sleeping right, and working out, helps in balancing hormones. They help, but yoga and pranayam directly works on balancing your hormone system. No second thought about it. Okay, so how many of you over here want to be a part of my regular training programs for the next 1 week? Say yes over here, and then I will give you the pass so that you can join my workouts, which starts at 7 o'clock. Only people who will keep their video on and work out, because video on for a workout is important, only then I can correct the form. How many of you would like to join my 7 to 8 p.m. class today for the next 5 days? All right, we finish our theory program right here. All right, and then what we'll do is we will take a short break, a 10 minutes break, and then we will shift from 7 to 8 where you guys will come and then you will work out with me, and then we will do whatever we are speaking about right now. We have 5 people who are saying this. So let me summarize today's program. All right, what are the 3 things we studied? Metabolism. What is metabolism? It is just how your body generates energy by burning different things. Whatever you eat, the food, the fat, everything. It is just the body's mechanism to generate energy. That is metabolism. And what are the ways you can increase your metabolism? Increasing the physical activity, working out, the foods, and of course by managing your hormones. All right. The second one, what we learned was fat. What is fat? Anything. It is just but stored energy. All right. Now, what is the meaning of stored energy? The body will use that stored energy when there is no primary source of energy. What is the primary source of energy? Carbohydrate. If the body does not have any carbohydrate, the body switches its mechanism into fat. That is what people call fat burn. You understood? Now, what was the third thing which we spoke about? Hormones. If you can balance and manage your hormones. See, men have a unique set of hormones. Women have a little bit more complex set of hormones. And women face these hormonal issues a lot, especially with their, thyroid. and it causes a lot of changes in their hormonal system, and the fat deposit mechanism completely changes. How do we fix that? You take your you do everything else, your body will just come back. What you're supposed to do is, instead of focusing on your sleep, focusing on the food you're eating, and focusing on working out, you should first focus on doing yoga and pranayamas to get your hormones straight. Then if you do your eating right and then your workout right, then you'll get the results. But what do? You end up doing everything else except the thing which actually fixes the issue. You take tablets for it. What does tablet do? Pills. Pills just is just a chemical compound which messes and does something with your chemistry. So I am saying you need to do a combination of both physical exercise, yoga and pranayam, along with a specific set of eating to get that fat burn. And this is not a new logic which I am bringing. It has always been there. You understood? I'm not teaching you something, I have not figured out something which is my own creation. No. Who am I to create that? Right? It's already been there in our culture. For thousands and thousands of years, our age-old athletes and fighters and the warriors have been following this principle for ages. We got lost and we started doing so many other things, and then we completely got messy in the head. Alright? So today's class was that. The three basic things which will help in your fat burn. Now, what do you think I'll be talking about tomorrow? Tomorrow I will teach you the steps you need to take, the tools you need to take to burn fat. Tool number 1, what is it? Tool number 2, what is it? Tool number 3, what is it? Today we have to just understand the principle so that tomorrow when I give you the tool, you know how to use it. Imagine I give you a cutting plier and I don't tell you what is it. Will you be able to use it? So today's class was a class focused on giving you how to use the tools, giving you a explanation of how to use the tools which I'll be giving it to you tomorrow. Alright? Now we will open the house for questions. Okay, hold on. Shibani, sorry, I have to exit for a last minute call. Okay. Alright. What all do we need to do for the workout? You come for the workout today, Rachit, at 7 o'clock. If you already worked out in the morning, or if you finished the workout, it's okay. You can skip, or just join at 7 o'clock and then we will see. You just join our program and then you can work out. Alright, I'm opening the house for questions. You can ask me any kind of questions related to fat burn.
Hi, Ranjit, can I ask?
Yeah.
So, okay, so I was detected with a thyroid malfunction a couple of years back.
Okay.
Then after a lot of yoga, workout, diet control, I reduced about 35 kilos in about a year and a half.
Okay.
And after that, about 3 years back, I again got detected with again thyroid malfunction, probably because of too much of alcohol or too much of stress, too much of missing out on the medication that I was on, basically allopathic Theranom and Eltroxin.
Okay.
So I developed my thyroid went up to about 11.6. I developed a bit of uh, type 2 diabetes. That is, I was on a borderline that was 6, which should have been lower than 6 at my age of 36. And I started weighing about 140 last year, same time. So I've been trying to regulate that since then. Been working out, then been doing a bit of diet control, and also I've lost about 20 kilos, and I want to burn further. So how do we metabolize or manage thyroid and insulin in the body so that we could get maximum result?
Yeah, so there are a lot of practices, okay,
Hmm.
which are available free on YouTube. You just need to play it and then just follow whatever the hell they are saying. All right, and when you do that over a period of time, see, thyroid hormones are affected by a lot of other factors, not just the body. Your mind also plays, right? And with the current kind of scenario, the inputs which affects your thyroid function is immense. All right, and it takes consistent, focused work for a long period of time, and you should maintain that practice. Only then your thyroid and these kind of things will come into picture. You understood? You do a certain practice for some period of time, you feel balanced, your hormones come back to normal. That's not the end of it. That's just the beginning. But most of the time, people won't do it. It's hard. It's hard to have that practice in your life where you're doing those things, and your body will has to become in such a way that thyroid should not even be an issue. It should be a thing of the past. For that, you should at least have 90 days or 6 months of continuous practice. You understood? Continuous, relentless practice. Like how you wake up and have your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner or you brush your teeth, you have to do that particular practice. Whatever is it, that yoga, whichever you did at that point of time, also will give you results. But continuously, relentlessly, you should be able to do it. Only then that will not come back. You should water the plant every day till it grows into a tree and then it can take care of itself. The moment it grows into a shrub and then you see a little bit of fruit and then if you stop there, then things will go back. But this is where you need a group of people who will keep you motivated. That is the beauty of group training classes. You understood?
Definitely.
So in my program, you don't have to worry about it. If you come to my program, you have to do yoga. You will not even know that you're doing yoga, but you will end up doing it. All right, and you have to work out because you have to burn fat. And then we will also be handling your diet program. Diet means diet is a very common term, but what kind of foods to eat, from what to start, when to start, what time to eat, all of these things will come into picture. And then your insulin. If you handle this food part properly, insulin will start managing itself. And if one side you're doing yoga, one side you're doing this, right kind of foods, then insulin is just dependent on these two. The moment carbohydrate comes into your system, insulin comes into your system. Now, if your body is not able to handle that insulin, that is diabetes. If there is insulin which is not helping with the sugar getting into the blood, or there is no insulin, that's diabetes, right? We will get there. That's too broad a topic and too specific, but we'll get there. But yes, if you can, I can give you those practices. Tomorrow we will look at those things. All right. Tomorrow we will look at these tools with which you can control your hormones and then regulate that body fat. All
Okay.
right. Okay. Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And what are the packages for workout packages that we one needs to talk about, or so we'll discuss it tomorrow, or how do we do that?
You come for the class. There are different things which we
Okay.
can do for packages with respect to weight loss. All right. So
Okay.
hold on. I'm just trying to go back to gallery. All right. What's the next question? You have any more questions?
No, thank you. I'm done.
All right.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Madhura here, sir.
Tell me, Madhura.
Yeah, I've been detected thyroid for almost a very long time, and since then I'm on these thyroid pills. I've been taking it all these years. So for me, the problem is like I get my test done every 3 months, But in spite of that, my thyroid keeps on fluctuating. Like it's never, it does, like this month, 3 months now, when I've done my test, it will be normal, it will show normal. But after that, the next 3 months when I do it again, and doctor will prescribe how much MCG to be taken. So in spite of taking that, my thyroid is always on the higher side. So I've tried everything. Like I've been working out for almost 15,
Tried
20.
practicing yoga and pranayam.
No, sir. No, sir.
So that is the missing link, right? Exactly
Right,
what I'm
sir.
talking about.
Right.
So
Yes.
if there should be, you can have all the ingredients with you to cook food, but if you don't have fire,
Right.
what will you do with all the all the food?
Right, sir.
You need fire to get it together, right?
Right, sir.
That is
Yes.
exactly what yoga does. Your
Yes.
your your good food, your sleep, your healthy lifestyle, your workout, these are all the ingredients with which to create a healthy body.
Okay.
But to bring it together, you need fire to cook it.
Hmm.
That fire, yoga and pranayam can give you. The missing link in your life, Madhura, is yoga and pranayam.
Yes, sir.
This, if you fix, I don't care if you don't work out.
Okay. And what about the pills, sir, then later?
You take those pills,
Okay.
you do this yogic practices regularly over a period of time, and then slowly you will only see that your hormone level will start getting better and better.
It can be reversed, na, sir?
Definitely, if you are, that's once again, instead of you asking me, I should ask you, are you willing to get it reversed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sure.
Right? So
Yes. Fed up of the pills right now.
yeah, so yeah, obviously, see, I will tell you the logic. Okay, why are you taking pills? It's a chemical substance which interacts with your biochemistry and sets it in certain way. That is what pills does, right? When you take a pill, it's a chemical compound which reacts with your biochemistry and then sets it right for a period of time. And then as you go like this, you take one more pill, sets it right.
Right,
Now,
right.
if your body has got, what if your body could produce that same thing and auto regulate itself? Instead of taking an external compound, a pill, what if your body could do it by itself?
Right.
That is what yoga and pranayama will do to you. You'll be wondering, Ranjit, the strength and conditioning coach, what is he talking about yoga so much? But I see in different people there are different needs. I address that. In your life, more than a workout, you need yoga pranayama.
Yes, sir.
That is what is missing in your life. If you
Yes.
can fix your hormones, you work out, you will see results. Otherwise, you can work out, you can pay thousands of rupees to coaches and trainers, but just pay those same thousands of rupees to your yoga coach, your life is settled. Trust me on this. This is a
Yes,
missing
sir.
link in your life.
Yes, sir.
Fix that
Thank you,
and
sir.
see what will happen.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any more questions? Shall we close the session for today? And we will meet at 7 o'clock. People who have raised your hand, you can use that same link. I'll be creating the program in that same link at 7 o'clock. We will meet again. All right?
Would
Okay,
you be
guys.
answering
Thank you so
questions
much.
there?
Sorry?
Would you be answering any of the remaining questions therein?
You can ask now if you have any remaining if you have any questions.
Yeah, I just had a small question.
Yeah.
So, even I have actually, I have thyroid and it's been consistent for 3 years now.
Okay.
And it's always on the lower side. It never goes up because I'm just on a maintenance dose. However, I have been intermittently working out because of my job schedule. So the thing that happens with me is my body fat reduces to a certain extent. I lose a couple of kgs, and thereafter I the weight remains stagnant. Okay,
It
and
becomes stagnant.
yeah, it remains stagnant. Right.
Okay.
So supposedly, I have, if my weight is around 62 kgs, I get down to 60 or maybe 59 or so, and then it does not get down further. Number one is that. Number two is I have tried yoga and pranayam along with doing weightlifting and cardio exercises. However, I have had a very bad headache, prolonged headache problem after I have done yoga and pranayam, because of which I stopped doing that.
Yeah. So the question is, there are too many yoga programs on the planet.
Mm-mm.
All right. And I have no idea what yoga you have done, or is it really yoga, whatever you've done. Okay.
Okay.
Hot yoga, there is, cold yoga, there is power yoga, there is even goat yoga,
Mhm.
and there is beer yoga. All right. So you take
Okay.
a bottle of beer in your hand, then you balance it, and then you do a yoga pose, and then you take a sip in a pose.
I'm sure I've not done that, but
No, no, I'm
apart from
telling you,
that,
I'm not
yeah.
telling you that, but I am saying there are different schools of things people call yoga, and most of the time it does more harm than good.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know what yoga you have done, and I don't want to explore that and then try to, do the post-mortem of what kind of yoga you did. But you don't need complicated yoga. I can give you just one practice.
Mhm.
Okay, yoga is not doing different things every class. Yoga is just one thing every class.
Okay.
You understood? For example, I'll tell you a simple example. See if you have this commitment to do it. You know Anulom Vilom, right?
Yeah.
Anulom Vilom, I will ask you to do morning before breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
evening when your stomach is empty, every day for the next 40 days. Will you do it?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
You will do it, right? Now, you do that and see, check your hormone levels.
Cool.
You understood? Now,
Yes.
how do you do Anulom Vilom? That I will teach you properly in the class.
Maybe there might have been a gap in the techniques and the type of asanas that I've been doing, and because of that very reason, maybe my body had been reacting adversely to the effects. So could be
Yeah, so that's
and
what
could.
I'm saying. No, in this
Yeah.
in this class with just one sitting, I won't be able to pinpoint the issue, but I am telling you the scope of the issue.
Right.
You understood?
Okay.
I'll tell you a
Yeah.
simple example in this, nostril breathing in yoga. People inhale by blocking one nose, the right nostril.
Mhm.
They inhale harsh to the left and then exhale to the left, and they do that. Technically speaking, that's not how you're supposed to do it. You know how they explain it in hardcore hatha yoga schools? When you close your nostril and then when you're inhaling from the left nose and when you're exhaling from the left nose, if you keep a feather under your nose, the feather should not shake.
Okay.
You understood?
Actually, most of the time we are just breathing from one. I mean, we are not even breathing from both of them.
Yeah, whatever it is. So let's say
Mm-hmm.
you're doing a simple kriya where you're holding this, blocking your right nostril, inhaling from your left, exhaling from your left, blocking your left nostril, inhaling from your right, exhaling from your right. That's also a kind of pranayam, right?
Yeah, that is.
Now, when you're doing that, most of the time, what people do is they inhale from your nose normally,
Mm-hmm.
forceful breath, like inhale from your left and exhale from. Technically, you're supposed to do it so gently that if you keep a feather under your nose, it is not supposed to
Mm-hmm.
shake. Now, when you that kind of a practice, just for 3 to 4 minutes in the morning and evening, your energy system, that's your pranamaya kosha, which they say, will
Yeah.
come in line with your body and your mind. When your body, mind, and your energy is in one line,
Mhm.
your thyroid will have no other option but to fix itself. That's what I'm saying, no? I can give you one or two practices. If you do it consistently morning and evening for 40 days, which is called as one mandala.
Mhm.
After that, if you get a headache, after that, if you have an issue, then we will see what we can do. Till then, till I apply what I've learned from my gurus to you, I won't be able to help you say why it did not work or why it worked. But
Right.
in a broader
Mhm.
sense, have I answered a question?
Yes, you have. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so I will see you all in 10 minutes. All right. Okay,
Excuse me,
does
sir.
it also increase nitric oxide in the body? Nitric oxide. Why you want nitric oxide, Rajat? Okay, we will get to that. But for now, I need to prepare for 7 o'clock. I will see you all at
Sir,
7.
same link, sir.
Same link, same link. I
Okay.
will just end the session and then I will restart the session in another
Okay, sir.
at 6:58. I'll restart the session. All right.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, guys.
Thank you,
See
sir.
you guys. See
Bye,
you
sir.
soon.